Hello YouTubers, this is a tutorial for Randy Newman's You've Got a Friend in Me, and this is Harry the dog sitting on my lap who, despite numerous attempts to get him to go to his own bed, he insists upon sitting here during the filming, so perhaps it's apt inappropriate. So I'm going to run through this. The performance for this is also on my channel, and once again I apologize for the quality of my voice, which isn't great. So we start You've Got a Friend in Me by just checking the tuning. It's standard tuning. It's G, C, E, A. It's standard ukulele reentrant tuning. I'm going to try to break this down into sections. I'll do my very best with it, and I will do my very best also to give you the fingering of the chords and the names of the chords, apart for a couple that I don't think there are names, they're just passing chords. So I will point those out as we go through. So we start with the intro, which sounds with the little whistle like this. That's the intro, and apart from that last bit, that intro gets repeated in a couple of different spots and is also the outro, so it's worth spending a moment to learn that properly. So we start with a C chord. That's the C chord, 0, 0, 0, 3 to an E7th. That's 1, 2, 0, 2 to an A minor. That's 2, 0, 0, 0. And what you're going to do is once you get to this A minor, you're going to keep this finger here down and you're going to slide it up so it's keeping it there. Now that is a G sharp 7th. It's the same. If you look at these three fingers, they're making an E7th chord shape, but you're adding the index finger there in the place of the bar. So that's the E7th chord slid up. And the fingering is 5, 6, 4, 6. And then the C to a G7, 0, 2, 1, 2. And then, so that'll take us to the, so this is a C chord actually. And that is 0, 4, 3, 3. Slide it down one. That makes it 0, 3, 2, 2. Down again. 0, 2, 1, 1. Back up. 0, 3, 2, 2. And that only does that once. So run through that again. It's C, A 7th, A minor, G 7th, C, G, D, G 7th, C, B, B flat, B. And that's the introduction. We then get to the verses, and the verses, there's two verses. They're repeated twice with a minor modification in the second verse, but basically it's the same all the way throughout. So we start with a, I'll just run through the chords first. It's a C chord. That's 0, 0, 0, 3. And then we have a tricky chord, which is a G7th with a sharp 5th. And that's 0, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 2, 0, 3, 1, 2. Back to a C. So, and then we do a little run. That's a C. That doesn't actually have a name, but it's just a passing chord. Now that's a C7th. I fill that out by adding this note here, which is an F sharp actually, because there's the open E, F, F sharp. I just think that sounds better, but if you don't like that, you can just do a normal C7. It's just what I like. So it's, you've got a friend in me. now do a weird little, which is a, sorry, it's me getting a text in the background. An F, that's 2, 0, 1, 0. You've got a friend. Now this is an A diminished seventh. That is 2, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. And that takes us back to the C with the run again. So it's you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Back to an F. When the road C is E7th. Up ahead, that's an A minor. And your miles and your, that's the A diminished seventh, we did it before, 2, 3, 2, 3, miles from an A7, E7th rather, nice warm bed, A minor. Just remember to a C, what your old pal, that's an E7th, A minor. So it's, when the road aches up ahead and your miles from a nice warm bed. Just remember what your old pal said, boy. D7th, 2, 2, 2, 3. Got a friend. G7th, 0, 2, 1, 2. C. So, when the road's rough ahead and your miles from a nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said, boy, you got a friend in me. Now we're going back to the run, only instead of to the C7th, we're going to an A7th. That's 0, 1, 0, 0. I will often fill that out by adding that. Depends on how I'm feeling or whether I remember to do it. So A7, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Back to the C. And then you repeat the intro. I guess it's worth looking at the strum just for a second before we start on the second verse. I kind of get a boom, boom, boom thing going. When the road looks rough ahead and your miles from a nice warm bed. That's what I'm getting going. Until we get to some pausing places like you see me hitting that open G. I go strum, up, down. That's all, top 2, and then that might be the bottom 2. I often do that when I'm pausing. It just hitting that G just keeps things ringing, particularly if your ukulele doesn't have a lot of sustain. When you're playing, you're playing a G chord there like that. Sometimes these notes don't hold. Anyway, back to this song. So the second verse is exactly the same up until one point where it just has one minor change. So, you got troubles, well then I got them too. That's the same. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. That's the same. We'll stick together, boy. And here's the difference. Instead of going, see it through, which is what we do in the first verse, it's you're adding another little note in there. You're going A minor, E7, A minor. So when you got troubles, well then I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. Stick together, boy, we'll see it through. See it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. There's the A7th with the little finger. Boy, you got a friend in me. Now we get to the bridge. Some folks, that's an F. 2, 0, 1, 0. Might be a little bit smarter than I am. That's a B7. That is 2, 3, 2, 2. Bigger, that's a C. And stronger, that's the A diminished 7th that we've done before. Bigger and stronger too. Back that same run. Well, maybe, but none of. That's a B7. Them. Now this is a tricky chord. I can't find the name of this, but this is 1, 1, 1, 0, 2. Very tricky chord to play. So it's some folks might be a little bit smarter than I am. They're bigger and they're stronger too. Well, maybe, but none of them will. This is the box chord. This is the same thing you did with the A diminished 7th, only slid down one. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to a B7th, up to an E minor. An E minor is 4, 3, 2. So it's none of them will, but none of them, you know, will ever love you. Keep that finger down, slide it up. It's me and you, boy. Some folks might be a little bit smarter than I am. They're bigger and they're stronger too. But none of them, you know, will ever. That's a B7th. It's your E minor to an A7th. And then this is called a D minor 7th, and it is 2, 2, 1, 3 with your little finger to a G7. Some folks might be a little bit smarter than I am. They're bigger and they're stronger too. But none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's just me and you, boy. Now see, I'm just hitting that G. Kind of building the strum up. Repeat. And as the years roll by, friendship will never die. You gotta see, it's our now. That's a barred C. And that is 5, 5, 4, 3, 3. Slide it down to an A7. That's B. Boy, you got a friend in me. So you could just go that again. Personally, I kind of hold it. So, and as the years roll by, our friendship will never die. You gotta see it's our destiny. Hold it for as long as you want. Build your suspense. D7th, you got a friend in me. A7th, you got a friend in me. Oh yes, boy, however got a friend in me. Repeat the intro with the whistle. And that's You've Got a Friend in Me. Harry the dog is now fast asleep. We bid you adieu.